evening. I'm Janet Chandler with the Cullman Tribune. I'm glad to be here with you tonight, reading you a bedtime story. Tonight I'm going to read you a story from Favourite Bedtime Stories. And the name of the story is Bedtime for Little Bunny. On Buttercup Hill, as the sun was setting, the rabbits were getting ready for bed. Warm in their burrow, sleepy baby bunnies were having their evening wash. Lickety-lick and in you go, Mama Rabbit sang, as she scooped them up one by one to wash their ears and pop them into bed. But one little bunny was still full of bounce. "I do not like ear washes," he grumbled, "and I do not like bedtime all squished up in this hole." And with that, he wriggled away and hoppity-skipped out of the burrow. "I'll have more fun at Allie's," Little Bunny decided, bouncing down the hill. At the owl's tree, Little Bunny was just in time to join Allie for a snack. "Hello," cried Allie, giving his friend a big hug. "Look what I've got. Honey toast. Do you want some?" Yummy, please. Yes," said Little Bunny. "Shouldn't you be at home?" smiled Mama Owl. "The moon is out, which means it's sleepy time for rabbits." "Not for me. I am not sleepy yet," Little Bunny said. In the bright moonlight, Little Bunny and Owlie munched their toast and gazed up at the stars. But the wind was whistling through the leaves of Owlie's tree, and soon Little Bunny felt chilly. "Brr! This is not like my cozy dark burrow," he thought to himself, shivering. "Perhaps I'll go and visit Hoglet. His house is always nice and warm." "I have to go, Owlie," said Little Bunny. "Night-night, and thank you for the toast." As Little Bunny reached the hedgehog's nest, he could see Hoglet and his brothers and sisters tumbling down a mossy bank. "Come join us, Little Bunny," said Hoglet. "We're having a race." "That sounds fun," giggled Little Bunny, and he curled up into a ball and roly-polied down the slope. "Whoops, I'm not as fast as you," laughed Little Bunny, landing with a lump. "You're out very late," said Hoglet. "Isn't it your bedtime now?" "Not just yet. I can stay a bit longer," said Little Bunny. So the friends huddled up in the hedgehog's cozy nest and made leaf pictures together. But Little Bunny kept wriggling and fidgeting. Whichever way he sat, he got prickled by one of the hedgehogs. "It may be warm, but it's not soft and comfy like my burrow," he thought to himself. "Perhaps I'll visit Little Beaver. Her home always seems snug." "I have to go, Hoglet," he called. "Let's play again soon." Little Bunny hoppity-skipped along the riverbank to the beaver's lodge, where Mama Beaver was singing a song. "Just like my mummy does at bedtime," Little Bunny laughed. "Hello, Little Bunny," said Little Beaver, who was jumping and spinning around. "Do you want to dance with me?" she asked. "Yes, please," said Little Bunny, and they both twirled and skipped together. "Aren't you sleepy?" asked Mama Bear when the song finished. "We're used to being up at night, but it's a little late for little rabbits to be awake." "Oh, I'm not sleepy yet," yawned Little Bunny. "I can stay up a bit longer." So Little Bunny and Little Beaver played a game of hide and seek. But before long, Little Bunny's paws were wet and his whiskers were muddy from playing in the beaver's watery home. This is no place for a bunny like me," he thought to himself. "I think I need to find somewhere dry and comfy." "It's time for me to go, Little Beaver," Little Bunny called out. "Thank you for having me. See you soon." "Who do I know who has a warm, dry, cozy home?" he wondered aloud as he slowly hopped along. "Why, Mousie, of course." At Mousie's hedge, Little Bunny could hear Mama Mouse reading a story. "I know this one," cried Little Bunny. "It's my favorite." "You can come inside and listen if you like," said Mama Mouse. Yes, please, said Little Bunny, peeping into the mouse hole. I'll help you in, squeaked Mousie, giving Little Bunny's ears a tug, but he couldn't squeeze through. I'll try coming in backwards, said Little Bunny. So Mousie gave Little Bunny's tail a tug, but try as he might, Little Bunny could not fit in the mouse's tiny home. It's no good, he puffed, poking his head back into the hole. I'll just have to listen like this. And so, with Mousie snuggled up next to his whiskers, the two friends enjoyed a lovely story. But by the end, Little Bunny's bottom was freezing. This is not at all like my bedtime story cuddled up with Mummy, Little Bunny thought sadly, and suddenly he longed to be back in his cozy burrow. Night-night, Mousie, he said wearily. Now it's time for me to go home. Mama Mouse waved him goodbye and watched as he hopped sleepily up the hill. Back in the burrow, squished up cozily, Little Bunny snuggled with all the other bunnies for a big bedtime cuddle. What an adventure I've had, he whispered, but there's nothing better than being at home. The end. Hope you have a good evening and sweet dreams and cozy sleep.